Hey guys, I haven't done one of these in a bit, have I? Man, it's crazy. You get better and then you get busy again and suddenly things fall through the cracks. But I had some time and I wanted to do another one of these because it's been a bit. I like doing these. So yeah, went to a metal show last night. That was great. I haven't been to a metal show in a bit, now that I think about it. I think the last one I went to was was it 2022? Slipknot and Killswitch and Code Orange, Fever 333. And I got to check my set list page because now I honestly don't remember when the last time I went to a show was. But I hope you guys have been doing good. I'm doing better. I'm definitely doing better. I am down almost 100 pounds since the hospitalization. Can squeeze into a 3X t-shirt for the first time since college, maybe high school. Um yeah, I'm and people keep asking me like, how do you feel? Feeling great? No, I feel the same. Like it's because I think what they can't seem to fathom is like I only lost like 100 pounds in 4 months, 5 months because I cut out a third of my diet. It had nothing to do with like um exercise or getting in a health. It's like I just cut out a third of what I eat is all that happened. I cut out majority of what I eat. And yeah, that's where it all went. Yeah, the last show I went to, so I was right. The last show I went to was in 2022, but it wasn't the Slipknot show. That was the year before. 2022 was the Make Good for the Atonement tour with Killswitch, Light the Torch, and August Burns Red. But yeah, it was the last show I went to was in 2022 because 2023 I went broke. 2023 I went broke and I got busy and no one was touring. There's nowhere to go see. So yeah, I got to go see Nekrogoblikon, who I've never seen before. I've never I think back when I was doing live streams in the early days of COVID, like everybody else, somebody tried to get me to check them out, and I think it just didn't quite take. But I will say they were an incredible live show. Oh, it was an incredible live performance. And then DragonForce, who I had seen once before, but it was kind of a messy show. Just because like it was them and Camelot, and there was the only two bands on the ticket, and it was at the Agora in like 20. I got it here right in front of me. I can tell you, and it was like 2015. It was like right when I moved to Ohio. Yeah, it was November 2015. They hadn't renovated the Agora yet, hadn't fixed it up. It was still like dirty and old and falling apart and kind of gross. I'm sorry I keep messing with my microphone, but it's brand new. We just got a set of these for the studio, and I'm still getting used to how it sounds and where I like it being placed as opposed to the Shore, which is yeah, it's back there. It's behind my head. It's right there. I'm still gonna use it, still gonna keep it. But yeah, was at the Agora, and they had a problem because like Sam, their second guitarist, he was out for half the show because he had to go to the hospital earlier that day for like food poisoning or something, and then they were having technical issues the whole time. Their sound kept going out. Herman's guitar kept cutting out. You could barely hear the guitars the whole concert. Camelot was the same problem. It was just the building was old. The theater was old as shit. It was crappy. Actually, it was because of that show I swore off the Agora for a long time. I was like, this place sucks. Because then the next show I went to, like only a couple months later for my birthday, was Epica, and they were in the ballroom there at the Agora, and that place is tiny. And I was like, this is insane. Either I'm in a place with good sound that has no room to move, or I'm in a place that's huge with terrible sound. So I swore off the Agora for a long time, until some friends were like, yeah, they renovated it, fixed it up, got the sound better, got it cleaner, got it looking nicer, and they did. I've seen some cool shows there now, but anyway, that was the last time I saw DragonForce. So this time it was like, cool, I get to see DragonForce and it was also like they didn't have a big, it was just them on a stage. They didn't have a big setup or anything. So So the show last night, they went all out with the video game cabinets and the great big giant inflatable dragons. It was really cool to see like DragonForce go full DragonForce, and then Dethklok was the headliner. So good. Bought a t-shirt. That's how I know I can fit into a 3X t-shirt. I was like, what's the biggest size you got? And they said 3X. I said, let me get a 3X of a Dethklok shirt. And it was $45. But I haven't been able to buy a band t-shirt in years. I never made them in my size. At least 10 years. So it fits. So the reason I'm not wearing it now is because I'm recording this Saturday morning, the morning after. It's April 13th. I have a show tonight, and I'm going to wear it on stage at the show. So I'm not wearing it right now because I want to keep it clean and I'm so OCD about my stage outfits. So yeah, I'm down 100 pounds. I had a great time last night. Oh God, I was at the Brady Music Center, and I'd never been there before, and that is like the nicest venue I've ever been to for a concert. And when you consider the kind of show they put on last night, it feels almost sacrilegious. It was so nice. I had seats. The seats were so comfortable, and I'm a big fat guy that's really picky about the seats he sits in for 3 hours. And I sat in my seat the entire time, and I was comfy the whole damn time. Oh, it was so nice. Only thing I will say is this. This is the only thing I have to say about last night that was not quite so. It's springtime in Ohio, which means it's been raining for like 5 days straight now. I think the last time we saw the sun is when the moon was moving in front of it on Monday. So the last time I saw the sun is when I couldn't actually look at it. Not that you should ever look at the sun, but you get there's some weird irony in the fact that there's some weird comical coincidentalism where the last time you had a sunny day was the day of the eclipse. It's been rainy and gross ever since. But anyway, we were standing outside the venue waiting to get inside. Doors opened at 6. It was like 5:30, and it just starts raining. And some guy walks out because there's this like outdoor. I think it's like a black music like walk of history or something like that. It's like a big cool outdoor like almost like museum display about like the history of black music right there. And they were telling us like, hey, there's a big nasty storm coming through here in the next 15 minutes. Like we're talking wind and hail and thunder and lightning. It's not going to be safe. Make sure you guys bail into the parking garage over there. I'm like, well, the door's open in 15 minutes. Can you just let us in? Nope, sorry. I'm sorry, what? You're not going to let us in? There's a huge, dangerous storm coming through, and you're not going to let people in to take shelter? Are you fucking kidding me? And sure enough, like within minutes of him saying that, it started hailing, thunder. We saw lightning strike, like, we're right there on the Ohio River. So we're watching lightning strike, and like we're bailing into the parking garage that's across the walkway. We're all still out running and walking in this crap, getting hailed on, getting pelted with chunks of ice falling from the sky as the building employees just sit there in the big glass windowed lobby just looking at us laughing while we're getting hailed on. The door's open in 15 minutes. Just let us the fuck inside. I could maybe understand if it was 2 hours before the show and it's like, hey, there's maybe security reasons. But at that point, it's like, nah, screw you. This is public safety. Get the hell out of the way and let me get inside to shelter. Damn. So, like, seriously, like Brady Music Center, I got to be honest, like that hurts my feelings a little bit. Were it not for that experience, you'd be getting 5 out of 5 stars today. But like, that genuinely concerns me. Like, I'm not saying this to sound like a Karen. It's like, hey, like, it's not safe out here. can you like let us in so it's safe? Like, you're sitting there in this giant windowed room. You can see how bad it is out here. Let us in. And don't just stand there and point and laugh at us like it's a like we're, in a fucking zoo or something. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, so we all bailed over into the parking garage, and then, like, the doors open, and they started, like, waving us over, like, "Doors are open now." It's like, you coulda just let us in. You coulda just let us in. So, anyway, other than that, it was a flawless evening. I had a great time. My ears were shot by the end of it. It was nice getting to go home from a metal show and not feel quite as sore because I got to sit for almost the whole thing. I'm so old and out of shape, but I'm also just like it was a Dethklok DragonForce Nekrogoblikon concert. The floor was not a safe place to be. I could see it from where I was sitting. The floor was not a safe place to be. So anyway, had a great time. Had a great time. Took a lot of notes too. I've been trying to find a way to work in being a metalhead and going to metal shows into my stand-up set for a long time. And I've seen a lot of comedians do it. I've seen a lot of comedians with Comedy Central specials and dry bar specials do several minutes about being a metalhead. And it makes me so jealous that I haven't been able to crack the code on that yet for my own jokes. So I did take a lot of notes during the show. I will tell you this first and foremost, like, I never want to hear anyone say metalheads aren't wholesome as fuck. Metalheads are some of the most wholesome people in the world. I was at this show. This is a fucking Dethklok concert, man. And this lady comes walking out from like a VIP meet and greet, and she's got this plastic Ziploc bag full of beaded bracelets. And before I go any further, I'm talking like the kinds you made in preschool, elementary school, like the little colored beads and the clear charm beads and the letters. And they say things like brutal, metal, Dethklok, stuff like that. And she walks out, and I just see this gaggle of girls in black and white face paint, blood face paint, and studded belts and huge boots with all kinds of straps and shit on them. I watched this gaggle of girls just squeal like toddlers, man, begging for these beaded bracelets. So of course, your boy had to get one. You may have seen it on Instagram already. I got it because it was the black and yellow, which is the branding colors I like to use for my shit, along with blue. But and mine says brutal on it. It's got some stars on it. And then unfortunately, she kind of got everyone started begging for him, and she kind of got caught up. And I didn't get a chance to get like her Instagram handle to tag her on Instagram. So if anyone so I'll put the picture up here. It's on Instagram. If anybody knows who this girl is, who this lady is, please like tag her, let her know if it's you. If you're seeing this, tag yourself, please. And everyone go follow her if you can. This is really cool shit. But seriously, like, it's wholesome shit like that you see at fucking metal shows, man. There were dudes walking around dressed like bacon. There's 3 dudes dressed up like bacon, man. It was seriously so wholesome being there. Like here's the beauty of going to metal shows. And it might be like this at other concerts. It really very well might be. I can't speak against it one way or another. But I just love that this happens at metal shows, at a Dethklok concert. A band with a song that's literally just called "Go Forth and Die." Uh, I'm at this concert by myself. It is sold out. There are people sitting on either side of me, all around us. I've never met these people in my life, and we're all just jumping in and out of each other's conversations like we're at a family fucking reunion. The guy who sat next to me, I'd never met him before in my life. I didn't get his first or last name. I know nothing about him other than he's married. And that he has seen Dethklok and DragonForce several times, and that he's a huge DragonForce fan, and it was both our first time seeing Nekrogoblikon, and we just swapped stories and rocked out and had a good fucking time, and the whole time in waiting in line, just shooting the shit with people, swapping old war stories about going to concerts, talking, cracking jokes, just having a good time with total strangers. It's the most wholesome shit in the world that happens at metal shows, and that's my favorite part of it. Is like when people say like, "Oh my god, you're going to a concert by yourself." It's like, no, I'm going with thousands of other people. I'm going with thousands of other metalheads. I'm going with hundreds of other metalheads. I'm gonna make friends with people in line. I'm not gonna learn any of their names. I'm never gonna see them again. Although I will say I have run, because I go to a lot of the same places for a lot of the same kinds of shows. I have run into several people on repeat occasions, and but I still don't know their names. Where it's like, oh hey, I saw you at fucking Trivium and like the Torch Bogarts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, yeah. So those kinds of things. But yeah, it's like I don't mind going by myself. The driving by yourself sucks. Driving by yourself sucks, but uh being at the show by yourself, you're not by yourself. You're with other metalheads, so you're never alone. It was great. It was incredible, man. I got to make myself look like a total fucking pill popper. I always get to concerts obscenely early. I got there like 2.5 hours early before doors even opened. And my you guys Some of you guys know I have what's called burning thigh syndrome, which basically is just means I'm so fat that my nerve bundles are getting pressed on in bad ways in my right leg. And so standing for long periods of time, my leg goes numb. It starts to like my nerves kind of get like a burning, tingling sensation. It hurts. It really fucking hurts. Okay. So when I bitch about standing in line, it's like, no, I'm not bitching just because I'm lazy. Like I'm bitching because I'm in genuine, actual pain and discomfort. So anyway, so I had like a Ziploc bag full of like, because I needed to take my meds throughout, because I knew I was going to be here all night, and because I'm a good boy, I knew I was going to take my meds. So I had a Ziploc bag with all my different meds in them for the night because I didn't want to carry a bunch of pill bottles with me. You can kind of see where this is going. And I'm standing in line and my leg starts hurting. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take these leave now because my leg hurts. I've got another hour in line. I don't want to be sitting here struggling. So I'm fishing through my pocket, rattling this plastic bag, pulling out random pills, putting them in the other hand. And then I'm fishing out a fucking vitamin water out of my arm and fucking popping them, taking them real quick. And I'm like, okay, well, I also ate early, so I should go ahead and take my after dinner meds. So I go through it, and all my meds, thankfully, all are very distinct shapes and feelings. So I can just kind of feel for which one's which and pull them out. And they also all look different, so I can know what they look like too. So I'm putting in my hand. I take those, and I'm like, okay, I should probably also go ahead and just take the rest of my evening meds because I'm going to be in here the rest of the night. I might not be. I don't know if they're going to have food in there. I've still got a bag of pretzels I'm munching on. Let me eat these now. So I take those. And also this entire time I've just been huffing on a weed vape too and acting like a goofball because I'm high. People are staring at me. And it's at this moment as I'm choking back the last of my pills and downing the last of my vitamin water that I realize all these people in line, both the people inside the lobby and the people out in line with me, just watch me fish a bunch of random pills out of my pocket and just hawk them one after another. I look like I look like the origin story from like fucking not walk the line. Yeah, walk the line or some shit. Like Johnny Cash's pill popping origin story. I'm just sitting there just fucking down, and I wanted so bad to be like, no, it's fine. I'm only taking prescription pills. Like these are all prescriptions. So stupid. Um, it was great. There was a proposal during Nekrogoblikon, which the band intentionally fucked up, and it was all the more special because of it. Um, I won't say how, but I just will say the band made it extra special by intentionally fucking it up, and she said yes, but it was great. Um, Necrogoblikon's a cool band to see live because if I were to tell you that there's a metal band that has two singers, and one of them is dressed like, you know how like when you were a kid and your older brother had that buddy from college who just always smelled like what you now know as weed. Like he looks like that guy. Whatever that guy is to you, he's what he looks like. And the other singer looks like the Green Goblin coming home from a job interview that he knows went badly, that his dad set up for him. Those are the two singers for this band. And if I were to ask you which one you think does the creepy, scary death metal screams, you'd be wrong. It's the it's the fucking college pothead guy. No, Green Goblin's got an amazing singing voice. Oh, it was incredible. Oh, it blew me away. Oh, it was so trippy. I'm putting Necrogoblikon in the same sphere that I put the band Avatar, which is like I don't know how deep into their music I'm ever going to go, But if they are ever playing a concert ever again anywhere near me, I am fucking going. Avatar's kind of the same way for me, where it's like I don't get super into Avatar's music, but I'm never sad to see them on the bill for a show. And I think Nekrogoblikon just joined that list. It's like the music was good. Avatar's music is good. Nekrogoblikon's music was fucking dope. It's just not something I would listen to on any like regular rotation, but I'm never gonna be mad when it's on. And if they're on a show, I'm gonna fucking go see it. Like it was incredible. It was really cool. And yeah, DragonForce playing on top of arcade cabinets and giant inflatable dragons, doing Celine Dion covers, doing Taylor Swift covers, Through the Fire and the Flames, doing disco dance metal songs about the Legend of Zelda. Dethklok. What can you say about Dethklok? It's a death metal band playing live music accompaniment to grotesque, offensive, cartoon death metal music videos. I loved every moment of it.
I'd also like to say one other little tiny message. It goes a little something like this. You people out there give us so much more than just record sales, oh yeah. You give us something to hate. But we hate you. You might let us do that. That's the pain. She's a mother's thing for you. You live on a purpose. All of her gold. The parents of the 35 years old. You are about to left. For long. Don't let me tell that that's a do up with the sounds. Judging with my body. Two pieces of cow. Sweating a little bit of fire. Killing, killing out.
I needed it too. I really needed it because like as I'm an atheist, but like metal shows are the closest things I have to religious experiences. Like listening to metal is the closest thing I have to a religion. For me, it almost is a religion. I mean, I really and truly like the level of like of just like I don't know how to explain it, but just like evocative, like just the sense of evocativeness or whatever the phrasing is on this. I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding the words to describe it, but just like whatever that feeling is people get when they're lost in a moment of faith at a in a worship ceremony or whatever. That's how I get when I go to metal shows, when everything is just when everything is just clicking, when it's just and having Nekrogoblikon come out doing sketch comedy in between their sets about Cincinnati chili, whether it's DragonForce going up and taking a stuffed chicken from The Legend of Zelda and having the audience throw it up 3 levels in this concert venue and get it back to the stage all before the song is over. Whether it's Dethklok playing songs for their fans about how much they hate their fans and we're just money pits for them, and playing a 1 minute 30-second coffee jingle. That's the most fucking brutal song on the face of the earth. Like, I needed last night because it was everything. Last night was like truly my element because I got to be I got to both live as a comedian and a metalhead last night. Going to if you're a comedian who's even some semblance of a metalhead or a rocker, any one of these bands is something you should go see live because it is everything that's great about good comedy writing and good shtick writing, good bit writing, and good metal. And so I was truly, truly in my element last night because I was laughing as much as I was headbanging. And I was able to sit back and appreciate the entire show, both from a metal perspective and from a like just good comedic writing, like from a writing, enjoying it just from every perspective, from every facet of my life. Every sense of extra sense in my brain, my comedy sense, my writing sense, whatever, was getting stimulated last night. And I don't get that at a lot of metal shows. And so I really truly had like the closest thing to like a religious experience last night for three bands that I love, but none of who, I mean, Nekrogoblikon was not on my radar at all, but like DragonForce and Dethklok, I love. Neither of them are in like my top 10, but that was easily like top 3 metal shows I've ever been to. One of my favorites by far. I'm doing more metal too. I'm going to see Judas Priest at the end of April. I'm seeing Camelot again in May, VIP with Camelot. So it's good. This is when I get to go out and live my life and have good experiences that are me. Like going to comedy shows is great, and I'm enjoying those other comedians. But like going to the metal shows are things that are great for like that's a side of my life I don't get to really truly thrive in very often outside of my own headphones. So it's nice when I get to live that life out in public. Anyway, guys, I'm on that Keenan Thompson show tonight, whatever that is. None of us really know. I have no idea how it's going to go. I hope it goes well. I never want a show to go bad, but I don't know. A lot of what ifs surrounding this thing. We'll see, but it's all good because I had the time of my life last night at a good metal show. Can't ask for much more than that.